I feel like a maniac when I have it on this setting. This is jet. Please, never. Put the garden hose down. We need to talk, okay? Because I want you to understand that if your plants are struggling, they're dying, they're dropping, they're drooping, it may not be the fertilizer, the soil, the watering, overwatering, underwatering, the pest, the heat. It might just be the garden hose that you're using and the setting you have it on, okay? So I want to talk to you about the basics, because sometimes we think so high and we do some research, we go into the encyclopedia looking for the highfalutin, everything way above our heads. And sometimes it's very simple. So today I'm going to talk to you about the basic garden hose. And yes, this makes a difference. So I want you to get this, okay? Because I want at the end of this video, you will know if you are guilty without the explanation you needed, okay? So let's start with the basic, misting. All right, so misting is one of the basic settings of the watering hose. And why we use misting? Think of it like this. You know, in society, they always say, you know, cater to the young, the old, the indigent, the weak, those ones. In the gardening world, that is what misting does. It caters to those, the seedlings, the fresh transplants that's still weak, a plant that's probably under pest pressure, it's struggling to survive. So it is still at its weakest point, but it is there, it's not dead. Those you need to miss. And let me show you. So I have some seedlings here, okay? These are some baby peppers. They're coming along nicely. But in watering them, you cannot put them on full blast. These are young, these are tender, still rooting. And their objective now, their only role now is to survive, to grow bigger than the stage that they are. So you have to meet them at this level. And this level requires gentleness. Okay. Come closer because I want you to see this. I want you to see this real well. Here are tiny plants and we are misting. That is all that they need, okay? So remember, the seed, the soil, the plant stability, all of that, compaction of the soil, all of that is affected by the gardening hose setting that you use or don't use. So just make sure that depending on the plant, the stage the plant is in that your water, you edit, you change the setting on the garden hose. So now I'm here in the wider garden, okay? And I am progressing on to the next type now. The stable plants, the bigger plants, the one that is very much rooted, very much grounded, and they are way above ground now. They have big leaves to show, okay? So that tells you they are strong. They have survived. So what you need to do is meet them where they are. So the garden setting, the whole setting for these will be different. And this is on shower. Shower. Okay? So this is what you do for these plants. Okay? You meet them at this level. Because this now, when you are watering at this level, it facilitates non-compaction of the soil. It facilitates easy distribution. Okay? This is better for raised beds. And this is the main garden setting that you should be using. Okay? So if your objective is stability, to meet the plants where they are, okay, this is what you should be using. And the other thing, this facilitates deeper watering. So at this time of year in July in Florida, the heat is on, so your objective is to make sure that the roots get adequate water. So in terms of watering, this facilitates deeper watering because it goes deeper, it's not shallow anymore. So that is the thing. When you use mist is more shallow and allows for slow uptake, slow intake into the soil. So that is why it is better for, you know, babies, the teeny plants, the teeny weeny, fresh transplants that you don't want to disturb, okay? But you want it to take its time and work its way into the environment and just blossom after that. These now, to facilitate stability, this is what you do. The other point I want to make here, depending on the setting on the garden hose that you have, it can determine if the plant is now a survival plant or not. Because if you have it on the correct setting and it gets the proper watering, then it survives the heat, It survives the pest level that it is being exposed to, and because it is getting sufficient watering, it helps it to survive. So sometimes you may have a weak plant, a struggling plant, but because of the setting that you use and the water that you give it, it changes everything. So just bear that in mind. Sometimes everything boils down to the simplest of things. And here I am playing with a garden hose because it is an important part of gardening. Of course, if you're not on a big acre with drip irrigation system, all of that, I depend on the hose sometimes and my little gardening, my jug. But even still, you have to know what you're doing and just know that even if you're using a jug, you cannot mitigate certain settings. You cannot put a gardening jug on mist. It is impossible. So you still have to adjust, okay? And know what you're using. So just remember that. So just know for this setting, it is good for your leafy greens, your vegetables that are way above ground, okay? It facilitates non-compaction of the soil. So your garden beds, sometimes you turn the hose on, it was accidentally left on something, and then there you go. And it is on blast, and it blasts through the dirt, through the soil in your garden bed. What that does, it makes the soil distribute, it separates, and then where it separates, so it gets compacted because there's a pile up of soil there, and that now will affect germination if you had seeds there, you understand, and even distribution of nutrients. So sometimes it's good to check. Sometimes my kids, they may use the hose before me, and I just come and turn it on and I didn't check. So always do that because it helps. Okay? So here I am back on shower, which is the main gardening setting. The other setting now is to soak. Soaking is like a step down to the shower method. So of course, this would be shower, which is on blast. You have it down lower. Okay? Soaking. This facilitates soaking. And what I like to use soaking for, suppose you get some plants from the big box store. Like how I got this here. This is a hummingbird magnet, by the way. It is a Pakistakis, whatever it is. But it's one of them ones with the long stems that the hummingbirds love. But anyhow, you buy plants from the big box store and you notice the soil in it can be so dry. Like, what is happening? Of course, they don't get the attention that they need. But you bought it, so now it's your responsibility. What I like to do is to give them a first soaking. I always keep them in something by themselves, so they are separated by themselves, just in case any bug or anything is on them. And then I give them a nice fresh soaking, okay? Because that will allow it to get a nice good initial drink and getting used to its new environment and wherever I plan to put it. I'm still deciding where I'm going to put this, by the way, but it will go somewhere because I need hummingbirds in my space. So this is what soaking does, all right? Soaking helps that good initial uptake. Soaking is good for certain plants. You have your tomatoes, you have your peppers, you have your eggplants. Remember, at this time of year, especially the eggplants, if you don't meet the needs of the roots, those blossoms drop. So try to make sure that the root is sufficiently watered and it has enough to satisfy itself. So this is what I do. I make sure that they're fully soaked. If plants are also soaked properly via this method, it helps to reduce the everyday watering, because it's just like you, just like humans. You're thirsty, you had a good drink of water, a good sufficient drink to satisfy that immediate thirst. That doesn't mean 30 minutes later you're going to need another glass of water. No, you have been satisfied before. So not until you're really thirsty again will you go and take another glass of water. Same thing for plants and the soaking. So here you go, another point for the garden hose. And I'm going to tell you the last setting that please never you have it setting in your garden. Let me show you. I feel like a maniac when I have it on this setting. This is jet. Please never in your garden. If you have to put something on jet to water a plant, you are wrong, okay? So just remember, if the setting suits your driveway, your pavement, your balcony floor, anything hard, that means it doesn't belong on the plants. Because what jet does, jet divides and wins. And that is exactly what it will do to the plant. It will break that stem, dismantle those leaves. You won't have anything. It will obliterate anything you have there. Blossoms will be gone. So please, jet in the garden is a no-no. So don't do it. Okay? So now, that is something basic. That is something basic I wanted to do a video on, okay? Because sometimes we're thinking way above our heads for the problems and not realizing that it's the simple things. So just know that it relates to soil, the moisture, the compaction of the soil, underwatering, overwatering. Sometimes it's not anything big. Simple as your garden hose setting, okay? I am Deb, 2 Raised Beds to Freedom, and here I am with the simplest of things. I always seek for the simple, the cheap, but those that make big impact in your small space, big garden, whatever it is. So just struggle along with me and you'll never know what I have to talk about next, okay? See you around. Bye.